What up, y'all? It's your boy Sidelined checking in once again. Make sure you like, share. Make sure you keep tuning in. This is the week 2 recap. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about the games where the teams bounced back. We had the Ravens and we had the Detroit Lions who really bounced back this week. And then we're gonna talk about Joe Burrow being out, J.J. McCarthy being out with injuries, some significant injuries this week. We're going to go over the games that we talked about last week on the preview, and then we're going to get into the MVP race, the top 5 MVP race. We got some new additions to that, and that's a running, list week to week of who we think the final MVP is going to be. Right now we are recording this right on Fanbase Audio. Got my boy Rob in here. And on the Fanbase Audio room, make sure that you download the Fanbase app so that when I go live in my audio rooms, you could be here to join in on the show, and you could be here to add your 2 cents on what's going on in the NFL. Also, this show is sponsored by Virtue.news, which is a great news publication. So make sure that you head over to Virtue.news to get all of your news. Now let's go ahead and start jumping right into our games last week, or let's say Sunday. Or nope, we're gonna start off with Thursday night football, which was the Washington Commanders versus Green Bay Packers, and we had the Packers winning the game 27-18. It looks like let me see, 27-18, really big win for the Green Bay Packers, and they're really staking their claim as maybe the best team in football, and probably the best team in the NFC. We will have to see exactly how that pans out, but a really great win. Jordan Love threw for over 200 yards. So did Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels, it seems like he is hurt. He may miss the upcoming week. We do not know, but it looks like he hurt his knee in this Thursday night game. And also a big blow to the Washington Redskins. Their running back Eckler looks like he tore his ACL, or tore his Achilles, and it looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, which is a big blow because they just got rid of Brian Robinson, who got picked up by the San Francisco 49ers. And this team looks great. Michael Parsons look great. I think the Commanders are a really tough team to beat. And it looks like they just could not get close enough to Green Bay to be able to make it a game. So big shout out to Green Bay Packers with the really big win against the Commanders. Now we move over to the Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson had another great game. This was a hard-fought first half. I think it was 10-3 in the first half. The Ravens was up. It was looking like it was going to be a game, but then in the second half, the Ravens pretty much tore the door off of the game. Lamar Jackson threw for 225 yards, 4 touchdowns. A great day for anybody who had him on their fantasy team. Zay Flowers with 7 receptions. So the Ravens are putting themselves back in that category of, hey, we're a team to be really be considered for the Super Bowl. Now we're going to go to the Browns. Joe Flacco did not play well. I mean, he had a 1 touchdown, 1 interception for 199 yards. But it was enough, and maybe it was because the game was out of hand. But they did bring in Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel went 3 for 3, and he threw for a touchdown pass. The Browns coach, Mike Stefanski, said he was not making a quarterback change as far as week 3. But are we thinking that Dylan Gabriel might be the next guy up and he's going to be playing pretty soon? We will see. But there's another underlying story that came about with the Browns and Ravens game. It came out that the Ravens wanted to take Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round, actually a few slots before Cleveland. And word is that Adam Schefter from ESPN said that the Ravens were going to draft Shedeur Sanders, but Shedeur Sanders said he did not want to go to the Ravens because he wanted to go to a team that had a clearer path of him actually being able to play and being able to start. It was brought out during this before this game. And then they asked Shedeur about it, and Shedeur said he doesn't. He that's the past. He doesn't even remember it. He only concerned about what's going on right now. So it looks like the Shedeur could have went to the Ravens in the 5th round, but decided that he would rather go to a team that he could probably play. Now, it could turn out to be a great move because if we're already seeing Dylan Gabriel in the game at week 2, then, that could move Shedeur Sanders up the depth chart a little bit. So let's see what happens with that in the future. Let's move over to the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. We ain't talking about Mike Jones. We talking about Mac Jones. Mac Jones came in and started for the injured Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has a turf toe, some sort of toe problem, and we're not sure if he's even going to be back for week 3 yet. We know that George Kittle is on injured reserve. A banged up San Francisco 49ers team was still able to get it done. Christian McCaffrey caught a touchdown pass from Mac Jones. Mac Jones played pretty well, 279 passing yards, 26 for 39 with 3 touchdowns. Jennings caught a touchdown. And one thing you notice about and I say I'm saying 49ers because I'm a big fan. Our defense is still hitting. Our defense has not taken a step back. Now, our defense looked really good in this game. And the New Orleans Saints, I really like Rattler, their quarterback. I think I think you can go ahead and say he's going to be the future of that franchise. And the New Orleans Saints, they're going to win some games this year, just getting off to a slow start. But 49ers are 2-0, and we're injured. So if we can win these games and get these games under our belt as an injured franchise, hopefully that when Brock Purdy comes back, hopefully McCaffrey holds up, hopefully George Kittle comes back, we can have a really good record and we could be ready to roll going into the playoffs. Then we got the Eagles versus Chiefs, which was a great game. And, there's many questions about whether or not Patty Mahomes still has his magic. Maybe his magic has transferred over to Jalen Hurts. We don't know. Now, Jalen Hurts, you remember, he doesn't have big numbers. He's not a big numbers guy. He's doing it a lot with his feet and making a lot of the right decisions. He was 15 for 22 for 101 yards. Patty Mahomes was 16 for 29, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 187 yards. Saquon Barkley scored a touchdown, 88 rushing yards. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions for 53. The Eagles are just a really fine oiled machine. They know how to win. Both of these teams know how to win. I really think the Kansas City Chiefs are really going to be a pretty decent team. They started the year off with Chargers, who I think are going to be a great team, and the champions, the reigning champions, Philadelphia Eagles. So does Patty Mahomes still has his magic? I think they have to figure some things out. They have to get Worthy back. They have to get some of their wide receivers back. Travis Kelce had 4 receptions for 61 yards, but he is not what he used to be. And so a lot of the bread and butter of this franchise is not working, and they're going to have to figure out some different options. Tyquan Thornton really played well. Had 2 receptions, but had a really long touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. And Hollywood Brown had 5 receptions. So they're going to have to use more options than what they are used to having, and so they're going to have to get it to get their team together. Now we go to the Thursday night game. The Sunday night game, which happens to be the Falcons versus the Vikings. Now, I'm really, really high on J.J. McCarthy as a quarterback, and I think he's going to be great. But also in that same draft class, you have Michael Penix Jr., who Rob is giving it a thumbs down. Michael Penix Jr., who I think is going to be a heck of a quarterback as well with the Atlanta Falcons. And so they went head-to-head, their first head-to-head clash, and you see Michael Penix Jr. Went 13 for 21, 135 yards. J.J. McCarthy, 11 for 21, 2 interceptions, 158 yards. Atlanta Falcons pulled it out 22-6. And J.J. McCarthy is somebody else who got hurt as well and is unsure whether or not he's going to be ready for week 2. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. I think both of these teams, I think once J.J. McCarthy get it together, the Vikings will be very good. Atlanta Falcons is still probably going to be a middle-of-the-road team, but I really like the way that Michael Penix Jr. is playing. And this turned out to be a really good game. But the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy has to play better, and he has to realize that not every game is going to, he's going to be able to be a hero at the end. He's going to have to get some leads to be able to hold on to some leads. Now we're going to get into last night with the Buccaneers and Texans. Buccaneers won the game 20-19. They had a scoring drive to end the game, and Baker Mayfield was 25 for 38, 2 touchdowns for 215 yards. C.J. Stroud, 13 for 24, 1 touchdown pass, 207 passing yards. The Houston Texans are 0-2, which is something that we did not expect. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are starting 2-0, and I heard they've been 2-0 for the last 5 years, starting off the year. Baker Mayfield looks great. There's nothing to really say bad about the Buccaneers right now, except that they probably need to start scoring a little bit more than just what they've been scoring the past couple weeks. Both of these teams have very, very, very stout defenses, and so I am not worried that once each one of these teams get their offense really going, it is going to be they're going to win a lot of games. I expect both of these teams to be in the playoffs come this year. So, but Baker Mayfield is looking really good this year, and he's not in my MVP top 5, but if I had to come up with an MVP list so far this year, maybe he might be top 10. But we're going to talk about the top 5 MVP race coming up very, very soon. Then let's see. Now we have to talk about one of the biggest news of week 2 was that Joe Burrow is now hurt. And where does this leave the Bengals? Now, I wish Shador would have been in this type of position that they could have called him to go play over there. But Joe Burrow is out, and it looks like he's going to miss 3 months, which they've had a fairly easy schedule so far. And I think they're playing, if I'm not mistaken, they might be playing Miami or somebody next. I got to look up who they're playing, but or they played Miami last week. I'm not sure who they play this week, but they've had a very easy schedule so far. And Joe Burrow is hurt, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Jamar Chase, one of the best receivers. I don't think they're going to win any more games until, I'm not saying they're going to lose every single game they play, but I think their season is pretty much over with Joe Burrow going down. And it looks like he has a torn ligaments in his toe. He had to be helped off of the field, and This does not look good for Cincinnati. Essentially, I think Cincinnati, their season is over. And so we look at that division. You look at the Browns, you look at the Ravens. Those are the teams that we're looking at that's going to be very, very, very good. The Steelers in that division as well. The Steelers didn't look that good this week with Aaron Rodgers, but the Ravens look like they're going to be in that front seat along with the Steelers to go ahead and run off with that division. I don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals will be able to bounce back from Joe Burrow being injured. This is a very significant loss to Cincinnati and to the NFL. And we wish him a speedy recovery, but I think that's all you can say about the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's about it for them. Now we're going to head over to J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy is unlikely to play in week 3. It looks like Carson Wentz is going to start for J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy had an ankle sprain, and I believe he was getting hit too much. Now, I'm going to say this again this week. Do not get off of the bandwagon with J.J. McCarthy. He had a heroic comeback in week 1, and in week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons, he did not play good at all. But he is a player that understands that takes accountability, and he will be back better. And even though this is his second year, this is really his rookie year because he was hurt all of last year. I do believe in this kid. I'm a Michigan fan. I saw him play every single snap at Michigan, and I believe that this kid is the goods. I believe that he is the next Tom Brady-esque guy to come into the league. Not saying that he's going to win 7 rings, but just saying that he has those intangibles. He's going to be really good, but he's just struggling right now. And the one thing I also like about it is that he has the best receiver in the league, Justin Jefferson, on his team, which is going to demand him to perform at a very high level. So we wish a speedy recovery also for J.J. McCarthy, but it looks like Carson Wentz will start in week 3. Very big up and down week for J.J. McCarthy, with being a hero in week 1 and then pretty much playing bad in week 2. Once again, I want to reset the room. My name is Sidelined, Fanbase Ambassador. Make sure that you download the Fanbase app so you'll be able to weigh in on all of our live recordings on the Fanbase audio room. Now it's time to get to the top 5 MVP race right now. So we're going to start with 5. Number 5, Lamar Jackson steps back into the MVP race. Had a great week against the Cleveland Browns. Played really well. He is back into the race. Number 4, we have Jordan Love. The Green Bay Packers are 2-0. They look like they probably are the best team in the NFC. And Jordan Love looked very good. So we got Jordan Love at number 4. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. Well, Jalen Hurts, remember, you cannot look at the numbers. He's just a heck of a player. He makes the right plays when he needs to make them. He reminds me of maybe a Money Mayweather, not Pretty Boy, but Money Mayweather, where he's not getting a lot of knockouts, but he knows exactly what's going on and exactly how to go out and win these ball games. Number 2, Justin Herbert looked excellent on Monday night. They were able to beat the Raiders. I have him coming in at number 2 in the MVP race. Jim Harbaugh has him looking very good, and Chargers is not a team to be messed with in the AFC. And number 1, I still have Josh Allen. Josh Allen played really great this weekend, and I think he's in the driver's seat to be the back-to-back MVP. So that's the way I have it right now. Top MVP race 1 through 5 this week. Now remember, on Thursday I will record the week 3 preview, and on the week 3 preview I will give my top 5 power rankings for the top teams, and then we'll talk about the upcoming games that we are going to pay attention to. And we probably also going to talk about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was caught wearing a headset in the Raiders booth, And we're trying to figure out how is that for the integrity of the league when he's works in the press, he's a sportscaster, he works for Fox, and he does meetings with other teams, but then he's also wearing a headset for the Raiders. I don't know how he can get away with that, but we will see what happens. But let alone, that's our week 2 recap. Make sure you listen. This will be available on YouTube. It will be available wherever podcasts are found, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And yeah, make sure you check us out. Make sure wherever you listen to us, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're going to be adding more content as well. But thank you guys for listening. I am out. And check me out on the week 3 preview. All right, peace.